Oh, hi, it's Ramsey Dewey. You'll notice I'm not at the gym right now. I'm outside amongst the bamboo. So today we have a question from Vaniac17, another question actually. She previously asked a question about dealing with nerves, competition nerves before a Taekwondo tournament, and she came back with some great news. She medaled in all three of her events, sparring, and where she won first, and then weapons and forms where she came in second. And she was really happy about that, but at the same time felt like something was missing, like only second place. And in part she feels conflicted because she doesn't want to seem like an ungrateful brat for not feeling like, oh, that's so great, I won second place, because she kind of feels like, I could have done better. Almost like second place is the worst place, because it if you just pushed yourself a little bit harder, you could have made it to first. And I get that, I understand that. I had a fight back in 2009. I ended up fighting for the WKA World Featherweight title in a K1 rules match, the first K1 rules match in the People's Republic of China. The event was held in Inner Mongolia, in the city of Aradosi. And I was competing against a Chinese fighter, the 2009 China national Sanda champion, Zheng Jipeng. And it was a 5-round fight, 5-round championship fight. And we fought to a decision, and I ended up losing a split decision. And if you're not familiar with that term, split decision means that that the judgment was split. Two of the judges ruled in my opponent's favor, one ruled in my favor, meaning 1/3 of the judges thought that I won the fight and the other 2/3 thought that he did. And when I heard that at the end, I was like, man, I came so close to winning a world title. So close to winning a world kickboxing title. I mean, titles and medals and all that stuff, it's by themselves, they don't mean anything. Belts we wrap around our waist, they're fashion accessories and all that. But at the same time, it was the personal accomplishment would have meant something to me, because it would have meant I would have pushed myself that much harder. And I should have pushed myself that much harder. And I think about that sometimes, like, man, I could have been a world champion if I just did that little bit more than I did. And that fight, the result, I think, in a way, I'm actually glad I came in second place. And, second place in a fight is that means you lose. In a one-on-one fight anyway, there's one winner, one loser. Second place is not necessarily, that's not where you want to be in a fight, right? But in retrospect, I'm actually glad it happened, because that was the impetus that caused me to push myself that little bit more, that 1% every day. Because after that, the lesson I learned was, if I had just done that little bit more, the result would have been different. And that was a life lesson I really needed. That was the kick in the pants I needed. So, if you feel like second place isn't good enough, then good. Because it's not. I mean, it's fantastic that you medaled and you did better, you exceeded your expectations, and you were able to deal with the nerves. I'm very proud of you for that. I really am. But it sounds like you want something more than just to stand on the podium in one of those spots. You want to stand on the highest one, right? I get it. One of my old coaches, one of my old jiu-jitsu coaches, Mark Brewer, he's a fantastic competitor. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's won all kinds of championships in grappling throughout the United States. And I remember one day he was posting a lot on social media about how he was preparing for this national tournament. And he was working so hard. He was posting about how he was training and how he was going to win and how driven he was. And he ended up, I don't remember if it was second or third, but he did not come in first. And but he did medal. He did get a medal in the tournament, and a lot of people said congratulations, congratulations. But he essentially said it's not a victory. And I remember sometime after he had this big pile of medals and trophies and title belts and stuff that he'd accumulated over the years, and he took it out to the corner and dumped it in the trash. And that hit me very profoundly. I was like, wow, that's I mean, that was a serious stack of medals, a serious stack of trophies and title belts and whatnot that he had going on. And he just threw it all away because he didn't want to let that define him. And I remember not long after I went to this jiu-jitsu tournament, and I ended up winning 2 gold medals in my weight division and also the open weight division. And you know, it was really fun. I was kind of proud of myself, like, yay me, I won gold, awesome. And then I got home with these 2 shiny medals, and my older daughter, who was 2 years old back then, she saw the medals, and she wanted to play with them. And she picked them up and started playing with them. To her, they were toys. To me, it was like the symbol of my mighty accomplishment. To her, they were toys, and she played with them. And it was, I saw these medals through different eyes, and saw that me bringing home these gold medals made her happy, not because of what they represented to me, but rather because it was a shiny new toy that her daddy had brought home for her to play with. And that actually made me a whole lot happier than winning the tournament did, believe it or not. I've lost plenty of tournaments too. I've been disqualified from a lot of tournaments as well for, you know, not, because man, IBJJF tournaments have super strict rules, like stick your knee like 2 centimeters off the center line of the hip, it's knee reaping and whatever. And you know, back in my Taekwondo days, man, I did hundreds of matches, and I won some, and I didn't win some, but you cannot afford to let this external thing, this medal or trophy or belt or title, define who you are. And who you are is something far beyond what you can even imagine right now. And it is good to win, it is good to push ourselves, it is good to do the best we possibly can, because, well, we cannot do more, and we should never, ever do less. So if you don't feel great about, you know, coming in second, good. Let that push you to the next level. My very last fight, my very last professional fight, the one that put me into retirement, I came in second place. Got knocked out, got sent to the hospital, got a hole in my head. Some compound skull fractures right there. And so much of what happened there sucked. I mean, it sucked and all that, but the loss and the injury and the recovery and all that fighting to get back to normal, man. No, I said that wrong. Trying to get back to normal? No. Trying to surpass normal. A lot of people who come and visit my gym, they say, you don't train like the other gyms I've gone to. You're not like the typical jiu-jitsu or MMA gym that I've been to. I'm like, good. Good. I don't want to be like the average gym. I want to be above average. I want to do things differently than people who have average results. So my goal as a coach is train people to win fights. Whether that fight is one-on-one in a cage, or whether that fight is whatever you're struggling with in here that allows you to overcome whatever odds you are facing in your life. So, you know, take those medals, and if you look at them and if you feel not right, like, man, I should have done more. Good. Do more. So there's always another fight. There's always another one. Well, hope that helped. Thanks for watching. Get out there and train.